Be ready. Start. We should also remember that the growth of a nation has little to do with the shouting to be heard in the marketplaces and the stock exchanges of the country. So, an integrated plan for the economic growth of the country, for the growth of the individual, for greater opportunities for every individual, and for the greater freedom of the country has to be drawn up and drawn up within the framework of political democracy. Political democracy will only justify itself if it ultimately succeeds in producing these results. If it does not, it will have to yield to some other kind of economic or social structure which we may or may not like. Ultimately, it is the results that decide the structure a country will adopt. When we talk of political democracy, we must remember that it is no longer has the particular significance it had in the 19th century. For instance, if it is to have any meaning, political democracy must gradually lead to economic democracy. If there is economic inequality in the country, all the political democracy and all the adult suffrage in the world cannot bring about real democracy. Therefore, your objective must be to put an end to all differences between class and class, to bring about more equality and a more unitary society. In other words, to strive for economic democracy. We have to think in terms of ultimate developing into a classless society, but we must keep it in view. We in this country must not think of approaching our objectives through conflicts and force. We have achieved many things by peaceful means, and there is no reason why we should suddenly abandon that method and take to violence. There is a very special reason why we should not do so. I am quite convinced that if we try to attain our ideals and objectives by violent methods, we shall delay matters greatly and help the growth of the very evils we are fighting. India is not only a big country but a country with a good deal of variety, and if anyone takes to the sword, he will inevitably be faced with the sword of someone else. This clash between swords will degenerate into fruitless violence, and in the process, the limited energies of the nation will be dissipated. Now, the method of peaceful progress is ultimately the method of democratic progress.